Creating software products is expensive, requiring intense effort. But despite the cost in time or money, we have to build what our customers need. We don't want to design something nobody is going to use. One way to avoid this? Run product discovery and learn what customers are truly up for. Hi folks, my name is Tetiana. I'm the Business Analysis Competency Lead at AltexSoft. And in this video, we'll discuss product discovery in more detail. Which roles should you involve and which activities do you need to run product discovery? Let's get started. First, I'd like to recap product discovery. It's a process of learning about the market and the customers and making assumptions about how our product is going to help them. Then we test these assumptions, and finally, once we get results, we can make adjustments or completely reimagine what we are building. Okay, who should participate? Who's on your team? When you start product discovery, you want to involve anyone who can bring their insights and expertise, any knowledge that may be valuable for the product. So there are three main groups of people who can be helpful. The core product team consists of the main team members involved in perhaps all the activities. Then, there are supporters, who can be C-level management, other managers or board members, or business stakeholders who can add information. And then there will be temporary members, who bring a specific expertise at a particular stage of your product discovery. Let's start with the core product team. So first of all, this is a product manager, the main team member, who can also be called a product owner or some similar name. But this person's role is to overview the whole process and involve all the required people. This person is so-called CEO of a product, but the role is broader as PMs bring more domain, business or product knowledge. They are the product visionaries and act as strategic leads. In some cases, product managers perform more low-level roles. But generally, they drive decision-making within the core team, while considering input from the management. But leadership doesn't mean this person is the only one who makes decisions. If the team is cross-functional, everyone contributes their own piece of expertise, so everyone should have an opportunity to participate in making decisions. Another critical role is UX or product designer, who is oriented towards actual customers and their journey when they interact with the product. This person will create prototypes and visuals for validating ideas. The next group is made up of researchers. This can be product, data or marketing researchers. It depends on the domain and the type of information you want to get. And of course, we need technical folks, like a solution architect or a technical lead, or anyone who has enough expertise to provide an engineering view. In some cases, a business analyst can also be a part of the core team, especially for those products developed with the technical partners outside of a company. Business analysts will advocate for the interest of the customer. These are the core team members. They run the whole process and sometimes engage other experts. Now we are moving on to the supporter group I mentioned earlier. These are C-level managers, vice presidents, other product teams, marketing, and so on. It's optional to have them, but they bring strategic vision. They tell us whether the product that we are working on matches the company's strategy. The last group is comprised of the temporary members. This is also an optional group who attend product discovery for particular exercises and activities or support the core team with some specific data and expertise. They aren't involved permanently, but their knowledge may be necessary as well to support decision-making. If we keep those three groups of people in the loop, it helps us achieve balance between the business and technical aspects and work together towards the final product, shaping it along the way. So these are the roles and team members. Now let's move on to the actual activities of product discovery. There are different approaches to product discovery, and you want to set it up in a way that works for your organization. But the primary framework is the one where we have two main phases – exploration and validation. The exploration phase helps us get as much information as needed. Based on the data we have, we make assumptions about which features the customer needs and then evaluate the pool of ideas to get rid of all the unnecessary things. So at this stage there are three major activities. First is research. Here we explore the market, find the gaps, interview customers or learn from the competitors. These market studies provide us with as much context as possible, so we dive deeper into the problem space before starting to develop anything. One of the approaches here is jobs to be done, when we try to understand the major objectives our customers want to achieve with the product. How these customer jobs evolve over time, which solutions they use now, and what are the gaps in those solutions. As we build up the research data, we can proceed with ideation. During this step, we generate as many ideas as possible. Here we can run some brainstorming sessions with all the team members we discussed before. The team has to think about how we can resolve the customer pains and close the existing gaps. As a result, we must come up with assumptions on what the pain points are and how they can be addressed. During this step, we can use "how might we" technique to generate assumptions. With this technique, we document customer needs or challenges as "how might we" statements. For example, how might we help users filter out songs? Or we can try an impact mapping approach to decompose the high-level product goals to more low-level needs and requests from the market. The impact map will list our goals and their connection with the customer activities. For instance, we might set a goal like increase the number of subscribers and link it with the invite friends feature. This way we can see how smaller features impact our bigger product goals. When we are done brainstorming and have the assumptions list, we move to the next step and evaluate those ideas. So evaluation is when we basically decide which of the ideas we currently have are worth validating. Here we use general prioritization frameworks to see which features certainly go for validation, which ones we need to explore more, and of course, which ones we should drop. The product team will run a series of meetings to discuss how those features impact our business goals. So there are quite a lot of factors like required effort, the number of potential users of the features, risks, technical complexity, financial aspects, and so on. As a result, we can prepare the draft of a theme-based roadmap. It shows which ideas we should test now and which ones we should leave for later. And some of them are thrown into nice-to-have category and never return to our agenda again. This will also be an iterative process until we are ready to move to the next stage, which is validation phase. Here we start with prototyping, where we transform ideas into physical or digital form. The prototype shouldn't have the final shiny look and feel of the product, but it should help the team learn from the customers interacting with it. Prototypes can be made from sticky notes and paper or even Legos. It can also be a simple landing page where we describe the idea of the product, but there is nothing functional about it. Or it can be a clickable prototype with application screens. Prototyping comes from the design thinking approach. The team keeps it simple and is ready to fail fast to test the concept before any product development. When the prototypes are ready, we need to get feedback from the market. So we start testing these ideas on people. Who are those people you engage in testing? Well, they could be anyone, from friends and family to representatives of key customer segments or any other potential users. This may be also early adopters, people who are actively looking for a way to solve the problem that you target. So the audience depends on the product's eventual functionality. Based on that, you have to decide who might be helpful. After the tests are finished, the team goes to the learning step, where we strive to analyze the feedback from the testing. Tests help us either prove or reject the assumptions for a given feature. At this point, we may also understand that our product doesn't make any sense, or there are some gaps, or we solve the problem not in the way customers expect us to, or it doesn't bring expected value. So if we have those concerns, we might return to the prototyping step, add some additional features, or think of any improvement and run validation again. But all in all, does it mean we failed? No, we succeeded in saving the product team from building the wrong product. Evaluation and feedback increase the confidence in our ideas. And we can iterate over and over again, just to be sure the product idea makes sense and brings value. Once we finish processing feedback, we have a backlog of ideas, and now we have to prioritize them. Only after that does the actual development start. But there is also another approach called continuous product discovery. Continuous discovery basically means that the practice accompanies the product team through the whole design and development cycle. It repeats in short iterations to adjust the work along the way. Making the process continuous means the discovery doesn't stop when the backlog of ideas is completed, but it continues as the product evolves and there is a need for improvement, optimization, or innovation. Okay, I hope this covers your questions on the roles and activities in product discovery. If you feel something is missing, let us know in the comments below. And in my next video, I'll talk more about the approaches and techniques you can use during the activities. So we'll talk about such activities as jobs to be done, design thinking, lean and value proposition canvas, impact mapping, and user story mapping. But for now, that's it. Thank you for watching, don't forget to subscribe, smash the notification bell, and see you next time!